Ethical research practices are the foundation for trust and credibility in a research context. Adherence to ethical standards protects participants, ensures trust and credibility, and enables the advancement of knowledge whilst working towards our collective social responsibility. There are many basic ethical principles that compose our modern-day standards, so let's talk about them. There are three core principles outlined by the Canadian Tri-Council Policy Statement on Ethical Research Framework, namely respect for persons, concern for welfare, and justice. By adhering to these principles, we uphold the trust and credibility of the scientific community. Let's take a deeper look at what each of these principles mean. Respect for persons entails recognizing others for the intrinsic value of human beings and giving them the respect and consideration they are due. This entails truthfulness. In the context of research, truthfulness means that researchers report findings as they are, without manipulating, exaggerating, or omitting data. This ensures that the results are a genuine representation of the investigation. Additionally, respect entails integrity, which is the adherence to moral and ethical principles. Researchers avoid any form of misconduct, such as data fabrication or plagiarism, and always seek to act in a manner that upholds the honor and dignity of the research community. Integrity is vital for trust. When researchers act with integrity, they build a reputation of reliability, ensuring that their work stands as a credible contribution to the body of knowledge. The second principle, concern for welfare, pertains to both individual factors and determinants. This entails promoting welfare but also minimizing any foreseeable risks with research. Particularly, the value of beneficence must be discussed, as it is the obligation to act in the best interest of the research participants and to maximize benefits while minimizing harm. Beneficence emphasizes the moral importance of doing good, ensuring that research is worthwhile and not merely an academic exercise. The final principle, justice, refers to the obligation to treat others fairly and equally. Respect for autonomy is recognizing and treating individuals as autonomous agents with the capability to make informed and voluntary decisions. In research, this often refers to obtaining informed consent from participants, ensuring they understand the research's purpose, procedures, risks, and benefits, and that they have the freedom to participate or withdraw without penalty. Respecting autonomy honors individual rights and personal dignity. It recognizes participants not as mere subjects, but as active contributors to the research process.
You might be wondering about ethics in research with animals as subjects. You might be surprised to learn that many guidelines exist in these situations too, with the aim of reducing harm to animals and respecting their sentience. Some examples include how researchers are encouraged to use methods that avoid or replace the use of animals whenever possible. It is expected also that they minimize the use of animals in their research so long as they can continue to obtain valuable data. Efficiency is key. In their use of animals, procedures should be refined to minimize pain and distress to animals, and it is expected that their housing and care conditions are optimized and executed when needed by a veterinarian. Researchers handling animals should be trained in the ethical aspects of their work with animals. Something you might not know is that research proposals involving animals undergo review by an animal research ethics board. The use of animals must be justified, and the benefits of the work and results should outweigh the harm done to the subjects. There must be criteria that determines when an experiment should end to prevent unnecessary suffering of the animal participant.
How do we ensure that the truth isn't lost in translation? This is the realm of data integrity and ethical communication. Data integrity has 4 key ideas. Accuracy. Data should be recorded and reported precisely without any errors. Consistency. Data should remain stable and consistent over time. Availability. Data should be readily accessible when needed. And traceability. There should be a recorded history of the dataset's lifecycle, including who accessed and modified it when. Here is an outline of the dataset's lifecycle, and we're going to show what ethical pitfalls can occur at each stage. The first one, data collection. there could be bias, misrepresentation, inadequate consent. For data storage, there could be inadequate security and privacy violations. For data processing, there could be manipulation and altering data and not being transparent about how data is processed. For data analysis, there could be p-hacking, selective reporting. For interpretation, there could be an overgeneralization, making broad claims or misinterpreting the data. For dissemination, there could be a lack of transparency and communicating findings in a misleading manner. For publication, there could be plagiarism or duplicate publication without disclosure. And for peer review and revision, there could be a failure to disclose conflicts and not being open about revising or retracting published work. A prominent example of a case that went against data integrity was Hwang Woo-suk's stem cell research. He claimed to successfully clone the first human embryonic stem cells, and 2 misleading articles were published in the Journal of Science. The primary issues in his stem cell research were he fabricated research data to claim successful cloning, and he misrepresented the source of the egg cells used, which were actually from his own researchers, and he failed to be transparent with the true methods and results, which misled the scientific community and the public, and this all led to his papers being retracted due to these discovered fabrications, which undermined the integrity of what he published. So these issues severely violated the principles of data integrity, which led to a significant scandal in the scientific community, which is why it's always important to make sure to follow all the steps to maintain data integrity.
In this segment, we will be addressing emerging ethical dilemmas in research. Our journey explores the intricate balance between progress and morality, revealing the challenges that define our future. In the rapidly advancing fields of genetics, environmental studies, and emerging technology, researchers are constantly pushing the boundaries of what is scientifically possible. However, these advancements often bring about ethical dilemmas that challenge our understanding of morality, privacy, and societal norms. This review explores the most recent scientific studies in these domains, highlighting the ethical issues researchers are facing and the evolving ethical landscape. Recent scientific studies, such as the experiment conducted by Dr. He in 2018, have raised significant ethical concerns regarding gene editing and germline modification. While this technology holds immense potential for treating genetic diseases, the ability to edit the human germline brings forth ethical dilemmas related to consent, designer babies, and unforeseen genetic consequences. Researchers are grappling with questions of where to draw the line between therapeutic interventions and enhancements, and how to ensure the responsible use of gene editing techniques. As climate change accelerates, scientists are exploring innovative solutions to mitigate its impacts. Geoengineering, the deliberate modification of Earth's environment using various techniques, presents ethical dilemmas related to unintended consequences and environmental ethics. Recent studies exploring large-scale interventions, such as solar radiation management, have sparked debates about the moral implications of intentionally altering natural processes. Researchers are challenged with weighing the potential benefits of geoengineering against the ethical risks, considering both short-term gains and long-term environmental repercussions. Finally, the proliferation of artificial intelligence, also known as AI, in various aspects of society has led to concerns about algorithmic biases and discrimination. Recent studies have highlighted how AI systems, if not properly designed and trained, can perpetuate existing social biases, leading to unfair treatment in areas like hiring, law enforcement, and healthcare. Ethical issues arise in determining accountability, transparency, and fairness in AI algorithms. Researchers are actively working on developing frameworks to identify and mitigate biases, ensuring that AI technologies are ethically sound and do not reinforce societal inequalities. The recent scientific research in genetics, environmental studies, and emerging technology underscore the pressing need for ethical reflection and responsible conduct in research and innovation. By addressing these ethical dilemmas head-on, researchers, policymakers, and society as a whole can work together to ensure that advancements in science and technology are aligned with ethical values, promoting a more just and sustainable future.